Hello, I'm Claire Louise Hay from BeHealing.com and I've made a new pick a card read for you. This time it's the Full Love Celtic Cross Tarot spread. So what's going on in your love life? Let's find out. I've made 3 readings here, the crystal, the flower and the shell. Each one of them has got a deeper dive. In that extended reading, I'm going to reveal the outcome cards from this Celtic Cross spread. I'm also going to pull cards out from all of these love decks that I've got back here on the shelves as well to give you more clarity on that. I will get a timing card out as well if it's applicable to your reading to find out when all of this stuff is going to happen. So if you're interested in that, toward the end of each of these readings, I'll be popping a link for that up there. There's also a link for that in the description box and in the comments below, and that's where you can also find your timestamps to jump ahead to your reading. So this is a timeless reading. Whenever you get into it is good. Just need to take your pick now. Which one do you want? Would you like the crystal? Would you like the flower? Kind of matches my lipstick today. Or the shell, which kind of matches the Muse Tarot cards as well. Yep, that's the Tarot of Mystical Moments, the Lightseers deck, and the Muse Tarot too. So take your pick now. Don't forget to click like on this video down there while you're watching. Leave a comment as well about how it's resonating with you, or just to say hi. And click on that subscribe button along with that notification bell down there to hear more from me. I do 3 of these Love Pick a Card reads a week. I do twin flame readings. I go live 3 times a week. I do daily energy updates. I do all kinds of things on my channel. So I would love to have you part of this amazing energy. So enjoy your reading. I'll see you in there. So if you chose this crystal along with the Tarot of Mystical Moments, then this one is for you. Crystals, let's do your full Celtic Cross spread now. Love reading. Find out what's going on in your love life, what you need to know about. And as always, there's going to be a deeper dive to this. That is an extended reading that goes with this. If you find that this is your story, or could be your story, you might want to get that. In that deeper dive, I'm going to show you, reveal to you your outcome cards from this reading. I'm also going to go into... No, I'm going to pull cards out from all of these decks back here as well, all of these romance decks, and get you some guidance out as well, with possible timings as well for all of that. And so if you're interested in that, toward the end of this reading, I'll be popping a link for that up there. There's also a link for that in the description box and in the comments. So what's this reading all about? A lot, apparently. It's about the 2 of Cups, so it's about a love offer coming in, like the start of things is what I'm getting here, of true love. King of Wands, of someone coming in and claiming you. Perhaps there's been a fuzziness around that. You're not really sure whether somebody wants you. They're not coming forward definitively, kind of thing, with this love offer. 6 of Cups, it's someone from the past. Are they right for you, or aren't they right for you? It feels to me like you guys, you crystals, you've got your eye on someone here, the King of Wands. You want them to step up and claim you and take some action and come in with a love offer. And yeah, reminiscing. Someone from the past, could be twin flame, soulmate kind of connection here as well. With that 6 of Cups card is often depicting that. Okay, so what is hindering you from this then? So you seem to have your eye on someone who you wish was stepping forward, but that doesn't seem to be happening. What's going on? What's holding them back? What's hindering this is the Knight of Swords. So wanting to take action, excuse me, I'll let the cat out, wanting to take action, clarity, to have clarity on that, the clarity giving movement forward, but an ending needs to happen first, like the Death card. So what is hindering you in this waiting for them to step up and take the lead and claim you, is they go through an ending first. They can't come in with the truth and move things ahead until this ending has happened first. So you might think the ending has already happened, or whatever it is that they've got to let go of in their life, but this is saying that it hasn't yet, or it hasn't quite been concluded yet. Let's put it that way. Okay, so how does this look on the face of it? You're getting a lot of cards, so I'm going to go again. How do things look on the face of it? The Emperor. So you've done the inner work of getting yourself to this point of knowing what you deserve, knowing what it is that you want. You've got high self-value, high self-esteem there, very clear on this, and it seems that you have chosen this King of Wands. And you're just wanting the King of Wands to choose you, right? To step up and choose you. And what's really behind this? What's really behind this Empress energy? The Empress energy is also that you're wanting to build something with this person as well. You're wanting to, create something with them. What's really behind that is the Five of Cups. So, what is your predominant energy? Well, you're like, well, I'm the Empress. I'm in this Empress energy. But be really truthful, because look at this energy. This is a perhaps from the past, perhaps experiences past have disappointed you, and you're, whether you want to admit it or not, you're more aware of that at the moment than you are of success and going forward. So even though you think that you're focused on this King of Wands coming in, claiming you and it going well, in the back of your mind you've got all of this, well, but that didn't work out that time, and that didn't work out that time, and that didn't work out that time either, and they didn't step forward, and they didn't step forward. I'm not really expecting this one to step forward, to be honest, but I'm hopeful that they are. But yeah, there's a bit of doubt going on here because of past experiences. So and this is what the Six of Cups could be about as well. While you're waiting for your King of Wands to end something, to have that clarity to come forward and take action on this, you're teetering between these energies, the Empress, that's where you're headed, and the Empress energy, but the past is coming up, of past disappointments, of past, what this reminds you of, what this situation reminds you of, relationships past that didn't work, disappointments, those that didn't step up, those that didn't treat you right. And so this is a process of you that you're currently in at the moment, crystals, is a process of you cleaning up emotionally that stuff that is being brought up by this current situation. The past stuff that's being brought up, it's clearing that stuff up emotionally inside of you. So you might want to see how different you are now, and when those things come up, look back on them and go, well, I would have done it so differently. As the person I am now, I would have done it so differently. I would have made different decisions, and that could ease you emotionally as you go through that process. What's in the recent past? Wheel of Fortune. So things have started to get moving. Things have started to get moving. Now, I believe that you have noticed that, and then you might be questioning yourself, crystals. Is it really moving, or just did I imagine it? Am I making it up that it's moving? You seem to have seen signs that there's movement happening now, but I am getting this kind of a questioning. Am I just making this up? But the truth is that Wheel of Fortune, things are moving now. So your person might be ending something, taking action on that. There is movement happening. What's coming up in the near future? You're getting a lot of cards out. In the near future, you've got strength. There's a need to be strong. Three of Wands, more waiting. Waiting for that that perfect timing kind of thing. Divine timing. Eight of Swords. So your person's going through this death at the moment, putting an end to something. And when that has ended, then they've got this internal process to go through where the mind actually sets them free. So that could mean like they've ended something, but then they still feel guilty about it, and it's only when they sort the mind out that they are fully free of it, fully free of the mental burdens. So whatever it is they're ending, I don't know, they've got a mental process and an emotional process to go through after that, and you'll still be waiting. You need to be strong while they're going through that. So it could appear that yes, things have started moving now. They are ending something. You've seen signs of that. You're not fooling yourself about that. It's confirmation of that here. But you might question yourself even more when it's like, but I thought that I'd ended now, but they're still not coming forward. And so even more of that, even more of this Yeah, in you, it's going to trigger even more of that unsure, I'm not sure, I'm not sure, I'm not sure. So you need to be really strong and carry on waiting. So this is about getting you firmer and firmer and firmer in the belief that this is your relationship, and believing in them and trusting in them and letting them go through that process, because you do want them to go through the process before they come at you, truly set themselves free. You don't want someone coming in too early when they still feel bad about something and they're still in that icky energy. No, you want them to be fully ready so that they can be in that King of Wands energy and come forward and claim you and feel good. So this reading is about the Two of Cups, about the King of Wands, and about the Six of Cups, someone that's very important to you and you want them to step up, give you the love offer. What else is this about? It's about the Emperor. You want them to step up and be the Emperor. And yes, King of Wands turning into the Emperor. How now we've got the Empress and the Emperor out on the table, so very well could be twin flame connection this, and the Six of Cups there as well. So we've got all the signs that this is a twin flame connection. You're the Empress, they're the Emperor. How do they get to be the Emperor with all of these medals on? Well, they take control, they take charge. You want them to come in and claim, excuse me. Yeah, you want them to step up as the Emperor. So what is the Emperor? The Emperor is the combination of all the kings. It's a king that learns how to feel so good about themselves that they do the right thing by themselves and they take control of a situation, right? And so it's the divine masculine. It's kind of the divine masculine, because what makes a masculine not just a normal masculine, and not just a king, what makes them the divine masculine? Well, it's when they've mastered themselves, right? And so they've become more divine. And that is what you're wanting to happen here. So this is a rite of passage for the masculine to be in that divine masculine thing. So it's not just like you being disappointed that they're not there yet. It's not like they're already the Emperor and they're just not coming forward. No, they're actually they are learning how to be an Emperor through this process. So it's a rite of passage for the masculine to get into that divine masculine energy. You want them to be fully ready. What are your fears? Six of Pentacles. So you're fearing that it's going to be another imbalanced relationship where they don't have as much to offer as you have. You're fearing that. Any more fears? So you might have been in relationships before where you've been the one putting more pentacles in. It could be more money in, but more effort into it, and you don't want that again. Wary of that. Ten of Wands, burdened. You don't want to be burdened by a relationship again. You are more than capable, right, of picking up all those flowers and putting them on your back like that. But then, and it all seems great. There's all these flowers and it's so beautiful and this is an amazing relationship. And then after a while, you're like, this is really burdensome. Like, this is really heavy. What's going on? Oh, hang on a minute. You're not carrying any weight of this relationship at all. So that's your main fears. Both of these cards are pretty much telling me the same story, is that you are afraid that this is going to be another imbalanced relationship. You've experienced those before. When really what you want is someone as capable as you, right? Someone that wants to make the effort. What are your hopes? Ten of Cups, are happily ever after. Yes, your hopes are that you're happily ever after. Ultimate, heart fulfillment. Happiness forever with your person. Eight of Wands, for them to communicate that they are ready, that they want to move forward with this. That's your hopes. It's like communication. You want that communication. This is your happily ever after, and that's what you're hoping. So let's get your outcome cards out. Like I said before, I'm going to reveal these outcome cards in the Deeper Dive extended reading. Oh. Wow. Let's get some more outcome cards out. Yes, what else? Okay, let's leave it at that. So there's 4 outcome cards out here. Very, very interesting the way that they came out. Starting with this one. And then going to this one. This, and then Yeah, that. Okay, so you've got a nice progression there. Very interesting cards, as I said. Okay, so if you are interested in finding out what these outcome cards are and you want some more guidance on all of this, I'll be pulling cards out from all of these decks in the extended reading. If you want to join me in there, I'll pop a link for it up there. There's also a link for that in the description box and in the comments below as well. Just 20 Australian dollars. Excuse me, which is about 15 American dollars right now. It's an instant watch kind of a thing. Type your email address in very carefully, because if you don't get it right, then you're not going to receive it. The email might end up in your inbox, but it might end up in your spam, your junk, or your promotions folder. Once you find that email, in that email you'll see a link to the crystal, and to the flower, and to the shell. Click on that crystal on your device where you can open PDFs. In that PDF, amongst other things, you'll see a picture of, you'll see a picture of a video. And when you click on that picture of a video, if it doesn't take you right away to a video, just try on a different device and it will. So there you go. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to click like on this video down there. Leave a comment as well. Click on that subscribe button along with that notification bell as well to hear more from me. And good luck with all of this if this is where you're leaving me. And if you're coming with me to the deeper dive for these outcome cards and the rest, then I'll see you in there very shortly. So if you chose the flower and the Lightseers Tarot deck, then this one's for you. Let's do your full Celtic Cross love reading. Find out what's going on in your love life at the moment. Now, flowers, as usual, there's going to be a deeper dive to this, so that is an extended reading that goes with this. And if you find that this is your story, or could be your story, you might want to get that. In that, I'm going to reveal the outcome cards from this Celtic Cross spread. I'm also going to pull out cards from all of these love decks that I've got back here for more information for you, guidance for you. I'm going to get a timing card out as well to find out when the timing is of all of this. So if you're interested in that, toward the end of this reading, I'll be popping a link for that up there. There's also a link for that in the description box and in the comments below. So what is this reading all about? This reading is all about change, the world. Completion of one cycle, the start of a new cycle. Are you ready for a turnaround now? Ready for change? Ready for the old to end? Ready for new kind of circumstances? Perhaps in a connection that you're in at the moment, or perhaps, you know, this could be like, I've been single for ages, I'm ready for love now. It could be that. A significant ending to an old chapter and the start of a new chapter that you're choosing is what I'm getting. You ready for that? That's what this reading is all about. What's hindering you in that? What is hindering you? Oh, how interesting. The High Priestess. So your intuition is working against you. Now, why would this be? Well, our intuition works against us in relationships when we think that everything is intuition. So we have a feeling about someone, we feel a connection, and we're like, oh, that's my intuition saying this person's right for me. It's not. That's a feeling of connection. That's not your intuition. That's just a feeling of connection. Now, we are all one, and you should feel a connection. And the higher vibe you are, the more work you've been doing on yourself, the more you'll feel a connection with everybody. That's not intuition. Intuition is something different. Intuition is the answers that you get from the universe when you're asking a particular question. So don't mistake feelings as intuition. Don't mistake feelings of connection as intuition, that someone's right for you. If your intuition is working against you, it's because you're putting too much weight on that. It's too much magical thinking is what it is. And magical thinking is and can be a result of trauma, past trauma. Not everything is a sign. A healthy way to approach relationships is to be attracted to someone, but to put that in its place. As in, it's just an attraction. It's just a feeling of connection, or it's just an attraction. And then find out about that person, get to know that person, see if they have see if you have a, what's the word? Compatibility between you, what their character's like, all of that. Look for the red flags, look for the green flags, get to know them. And then make a decision based on that, more of a logical decision of getting to know somebody, of like, I'd like to pursue a relationship with this person. Then getting into a relationship with the person and taking it one step at a time, and then taking it further. So what are they like? Okay, so I've decided on them. I'm attracted to them. I've decided, yes, I've got enough information about them that we're compatible and I want to do this. But then getting into it, it's like, okay, let's see how they are in relationship. That's taking it to the next level. So that's a steady progression, right? But then we've got this, which is a magical kind of a thinking, like, well, there's just one person that's right for me and the universe decides, not me. No, that's working against you when you're using that magical thinking of the right one shows up and I just feel this thing, and then I go all in without being discerning and making up my mind myself, or getting to know them, or taking it one step at a time. And taking it one step at a time is what this reading is all about, right? So magical thinking is tripping you up there. How do things look on the face of it? How are things looking for flowers on the face? That's coming out. The Hierophant, you want commitment. You want to be really happy and committed, right? You could have your eye on someone already, is what I'm just hearing there. And you might be feeling those things, and you might be thinking, this is it. Well, if you're feeling those things, take a step back from that and go, okay, well then let's do it the right way. Let's find out about them. Let's find out if we're compatible. Let's have a look for all of those red flags. Let's get to know them and then embark on this relationship journey. I think you're going from attraction to embarking on the relationship journey in one step, and that is not a healthy thing to do. Or that's what you have been doing. So the Hierophant, you're wanting like happiness, to be with the one committed. You want to be in a committed relationship. What's really behind this? So just with them being so happy there, it feels to me like you might have thought that you found it, but how could you possibly know unless you've really got to know somebody? Unless you've been through a lot of the stages first. And in which case you wouldn't be like that, then you'd know. You would know. You wouldn't just be like fantasy thinking, no, I think this is the one kind of thing. You wouldn't be going, I think this is the one. You'd be like, I know this is the one because I really know them and we're compatible and the love is still there and I've got to know them and, you know, all of that. You would just know. So what's really behind that? There's some self-deception going on. 10 of Cups and the Page of Wands. Page of Wands is that attraction. It's that initial attraction, right? And that initial excitement. You're putting these two together. Very, very start, just attraction kind of thing. It's like, I fancy you too. Happily ever after. These two should not be together, right? They shouldn't be together. That's what the deception is, the self-deception there. You're going from bing to bing. Bing to bing, and you can't do that. You can't do that. And have a good relationship. You can't do that and have a good relationship. So don't rush into it. This one could be a good relationship, but you need to take it step by step. You need to slow it right down and get to know them first. So you got your eye on someone. Could be happily ever after. Yeah, it could, but that's just pie in the sky stuff. If you're asking you're asking yourself when you first get attracted to someone, if they're your happily ever after, it's like you're jumping way too far ahead there. Way too far ahead. You get to decide whether they're the right person for you. Okay, so recent past. What's your recent past energy? I'm guessing Hermit. I'm feeling like you guys have been single for a while. 10 of Swords are painful endings and small offers. Page of Pentacles. Promising starts kind of thing, fizzling out into nothing, or really, really slow and not really happening and fading away. 10 of Swords, a lot of painful endings. Now, why would it be painful endings when you've got these page? Again, we've got a page to the 10. A page to the 10. A page to the 10. Right? Something doesn't add up here when we've got pages and 10s together. Going from initial things to, ow, that hurt, it wasn't the one. Why would you be so hurt? Something small starts, it starts slow, and you find out that they're not the one. But then you're like, ow, that's so painful. How is getting to know someone so painful? Finding out that they're not the one, because you made it mean a lot more. You made it mean this. You're like, oh, I'm attracted to them, they must be the one. You're going from page to 10s here, too much. Instead of going through each step. Okay, first base. Go to first base. And then second base. I'm not talking about the sexual thing. I kind of am, but I'm not. First base should be attraction, right? Yeah, of course it starts out with that. Or a feeling of connection, you might want to call it. But it's attraction, same thing. Then getting to know them. That should take a long time. getting to know them. And along the way, with some of them, you will find the red flags. You'll find that we're not compatible. But then some of them you won't. You'll get through that stage. A few. And if they persist, if they're doing the same thing and getting to know you as well, then you'll get to that point of like, shall we have a relationship here? So I'm not even talking about dating yet. I'm talking about getting to know somebody in just normal life. And then you decide, would you like to go on a date? Shall we take this into a relationship? Shall we? You're kind of a yes to me so far. The compatibility is there. I haven't seen any red flags. Shall we do this? And then like, okay, are you invested? Do you want a relationship? So let's get into this and let's try a relationship if they do. And they're willing to put in on that. And then you get into the stage of, okay, so how are they doing relationships? Are they good at relationships? Are they communicating? And are you within that relationship? Are they investing into it? They're putting as much effort as you. You know, someone can have like no red flags and be completely compatible with you, but if they don't want a relationship with you, or if they don't have the energy or the inclination to do that, if that's not on their wish list, then they're not going to do that, right? And so you need to find that out. Are you actually on the same page relationship wise, and do you do this relationship? Are you at the same? Yeah, are you on the same page? And then start talking about commitment. Then the 10 of Cups. So it's a long time between the page and the 10. Or it should be. What's coming in your near future, flowers? Knight of Pentacles, taking things slowly. That's better. Yes, that's better. That's better. Instead of getting like hurt every step of the way because you think it should be a 10, it's like, no, just go from page, the initial attraction, to the Knight of Pentacles. Knight of Pentacles goes so slowly. Getting to know someone so slowly. It's taking action, but it's slow as. And that is exactly what you need to do. Don't go out of your way to even be around the person. Just let them ease into your awareness and find out more. And it's like, oh, interesting. I've seen them in that situation now. I chanced upon them. Don't go obsessing or trying to push this forward or take this to the 10. Just let it go step by step. So, okay, step by step. So what have we got? The Knight of Pentacles. Let's suggest that the 2 is next after that. Because the Ace is very different, of course. 2, a decision, right? Decisions to make along the way. Just in the moment decisions, small decisions, just the next decision that's in front of you. And then the 3, it's like waiting and planning and being strategic, like, I would like to see them in this position or this. I'd like to see what they're like with the family or something like that, or how they are around kids, or how they are with like waiters, or people, you know, they're people that are kind of below them. I want to see what they're like with authority. Let's get arrested. It's just stuff like that. It's just taking it one decision at a time. 3, waiting. Being more strategic about it, about how you get to know somebody. 4, giving yourself a break, giving yourself time, pulling your energy back, not being all in it, not always being available, kind of thing. Remember, they're doing the same thing with you. They're checking you out. Keep your own life going. Then there's the 5. Disappointments along the way, yeah, and that could be back to square one kind of thing. Go and meet the next person that you are attracted to. 5 could be deal breakers. It's when you do notice those things that you don't like, and it's a deal breaker for you. It's a red flag, and it's like, no, we're not compatible. Oh well, let's go and meet someone else then. Not being completely heartbroken about that because you've not made it mean that this person was supposed to be the right one anyway. And then what's next? 7, protecting yourself then. 7, or protect if you do decide to move forward with this one. Protecting that, honoring it and protecting that, giving it even more space. Respect, you know? And then 8. 8's about putting more work into it. More communication, more work. Okay, it's like gearing up now for something more, right? Putting more effort into it, doing more, perhaps spending more time together, perhaps having those conversations about what it is that you want in relationships and stuff like that. The 9 is almost there now. Yeah, and then you're getting toward the 10, right? Taking it very slowly. What else is this reading about? The world. Things have to change, right? And it's your change of approach. This reading is all about the world. It's about ending an old chapter and starting a new chapter. And this new chapter is you being wiser about how you get into relationships, how you choose them in the first place, and the actual sequential process that is healthy to get into a relationship to. And it's also about what? This reading is also about what? 4 flowers. Ace of Swords. There's the ace. Bright ideas. New thought. Thinking about things in a new way. Aces are about the start of something, right? It can be very big, but your thoughts need to be different. And you know how I said, like, how is it that you go from the page to the 10 of Swords, which is pain, by making the page mean it should be the happily ever after, by taking Page of Wands, the attraction, to mean, making that mean, okay, we're attracted to each other, that means they're my happily ever after person. It doesn't mean that at all. It doesn't mean it at all, right? Okay, so Ace of Swords, changing your mind about that. New thought, new set of beliefs around relationships. You might want to check out Matthew Hussey's work. He's the kind of relationship guru that I know of anyway. I haven't really seen any others who, when I catch his stuff, it's like, yeah, he knows what it's about. He knows what it's about. He knows this progression. So yeah, you might want to check out, because this reading is saying that kind of changing your thought process is about relationship, away from magical thinking. Look at this High Priestess and Hierophant up there, magical thinking, and to how to actually have a relationship. And you know what? It's the stuff that your grandma told you, but you might have gone, no, I'll just be in my heart and I will just open up. You might have thought you knew better than your grandma, and it might turn out that your grandma knew best, but once you've made sense of it in your way, it's like, oh, I get it now. We're talking about self-love. We're talking about doing things to protect yourself, so you're not going from Page of Pentacles to the 10 of Swords, so you're not being hurt like this over and over again, so that you never even get into a relationship with someone that's going to hurt you, because the preliminary process before you're even in a relationship, you've weeded them out. That's a self-loving thing to do. Someone with a lack of self-love will dive into a relationship like this and make it mean that they should be the everything, right? So there's a new thought process that needs to happen, and you can learn about that, right? Matthew Hussey, check him out. My readings too, of course. What are your fears? Justice. Your reflection, how interesting. It's like the dark side of your reflection. Afraid of your dark side, huh? Afraid of your dark side. Yeah. Now, what that could be narcissism, right? Because you're kind of showing up as codependent traits here. Getting into relationships way too fast because of codependency, because you're clinging onto them, right? It's like, oh, there's a person, I'll cling to that. I'll just make up a belief and cling to it. Like, that's fantastical thinking, right? That's your dark side. Who else does that straight into relationships? Narcissists. Abusers do it too. It's a manipulation tactic, a love bombing tactic. Now, you've got a dark side showing up here, and you haven't seen it as a dark side, but you might have experienced it in relationships as a dark side. What if they're an abuser again? What if they are a narcissist again? Well, in all likelihood, if you carry on with this Page to 10 thing, yeah, it's a match. It's a match to you. They're the ones that want to dive in too fast too, because of the dark side. So you need to deal with the dark side and stop it. You're afraid of the pain, anxiety, pain, just pain, more pain, yes. You've been through it. You will have been through it with these energies for sure. What are your hopes? Ace of Pentacles for a great big offer. You see, that's preempting it as well. You're showing off as right at the start of something here. You don't want a big offer from someone at the start of it. That's like, oh, I hope that they're a narcissist and will give me a big offer when it's way too early for a big offer. Why would you be hoping for that? hope that a year down the line that you get a big offer from them, right? Four of Pentacles, hoping to hold on to this one. Yeah, there's a lot of neediness in your energy here, got to say. Okay, so what's the outcome? But you can get out of that. You can learn and you can approach things in a different way. So let's get your outcome cards out. Flowers. What's the outcome for flowers then? What is the outcome? Yeah, what's the outcome? First card out. Ooh, I like it. Second card out. It doesn't surprise me. What have you done again here? Can you guess what they are? Is that a page to the 10? Nearly. Seriously? Flowers. Come on, come on, come on. Have you not listened to anything that I've told you? Okay. More on the outcome, please. Give us one more just to clarify those two that have come out. Yeah. That doesn't surprise me. Okay. So, if you want to see what these outcome cards are, and you'll laugh, you will, then, and you want me to pull cards out, let's get you some advice. Let's get you moving forward in a different way. Let's get this change happening, this change of mind going. Let's get you set off on the right foot here with some guidance for all of this. If you want that, then come along with me to that deeper dive. I'll pop a link for it up there. There's also a link in the description box below as well. It's just 20 Australian dollars, which is about 15 American dollars right now. Type your email address in very carefully, because if you get it wrong, you won't receive it. Now, the email might end up in your inbox. It might end up in your spam, your junk, your promotions folder. Check in those places. In that email, you will see a link to the crystal, to the flower, and to the shell. Click on that flower on a device where you can open PDFs. In that PDF, amongst other things, you'll see a picture of a video. And when you click on that, if it doesn't take you right away to a video, just try it on a different device and it will. So thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to click like on this video down there. Leave a comment as well. Click on that subscribe button along with that notification bell as well to hear more from me. Good luck with all of this if this is where you're leaving me. And if you're coming with me to the deeper dive, then I'll see you in there very shortly. So, if you chose the green shell, and this one's for you, shells, let's find out. Let's do the full Celtic cross spread for you, for your love life, and find out what's going on there in your love life. Now, as usual, shells, is going to be a deeper dive to this. That is an extended reading that goes with this. And so in the extended reading, I am going to reveal the outcome cards from this Celtic cross spread. I will also pulling out cards from all of these love and romance decks back here to give you more information on all of that. I will be giving you clarity on that. Let's just move that out, and possible timelines as well. So if you're interested in that, toward the end of this reading, I'll be popping a link for it up there. There's also a link for that in the description box and in the comments below. What's this reading all about? You got 4 cards out. Oh, this is going to be a long one. It's about the world. It's about a change of chapter, a change in life. Are you ready for a change now? Are you ready to do something differently? You might have been attracted to the shell, because the flower, because this was their card that the reading is about. But you've got more. You've got temperance, patience, the 10 of emotions, you're happily ever after, 3 of inspiration, another card of waiting for perfect timing. The completion of one cycle, the start of a new cycle that you've been waiting for your happily ever after. That's what this reading is all about. Those guys, you guys that have been waiting for something, for your happily ever after, this is what it's about. Now, you're not just waiting for your happily ever after, like, I don't know anyone kind of thing. I haven't been getting to know anyone. I haven't been dating anyone. I'm just waiting for my happily ever after. No. If you're at that stage, then you need to be getting out there and getting to know people. But this is for you guys that have got your eye on someone already in relationship with them, or you know them extremely well, so that you're choosing them and you've been waiting on a cycle to end, a chapter to end, so that you can have your happily ever after together. This is someone that you know so well that you know that you want your happily ever after together. You might have been together with them before, but unable to have the happily ever after with them. Unable to lock it in, unable to, you weren't both fully available for it, for the happily ever after. What's crossing you in this? I need to go again, because I didn't ask the question when the card came out. What's crossing you? What's hindering you in this? Okay. Page of emotions. fantasy thinking, your dreams, a dream of perfection. This is how it should be. This is how I want it to be. It's a little bit Disney. One day my prince will come kind of thing. You're waiting on it being perfect. Your person could be waiting on it being perfect as well. There's a downside and a positive side to the Page of Emotions. The downside of it is that fantasy thinking. It's like, it's not even real. There are no princes kind of thing. There is no one that is completely ideal or whatever. We're all human beings, right? But then there's a positive side of it. It's an open-heartedness, an optimism that is, I really think that this can work, that is beautiful, right? The answer behind everything is, the answer to everything is balance. Of course, it's balance. There's a dark and a light side to everything. There's nothing that's all good and all bad. There's a negative and a positive expression of everything. That Page of Emotions is beautiful, yes, but it's hindering you. So what's hindering you? It's not your optimism that's hindering you. No, that's going for you. But there's some fantasy thinking and perfectionist kind of thinking or idealism that's hindering you in this. Some of you might have a particular bar that's too high that doesn't need to be. It's great having standards, yeah, but sometimes we have standards for something that shouldn't be a standard, you know, like they need to be at least 6'2". Like, that doesn't make any sense, really, does it? Not really. You know, that we can have like, or pain standards too as well. So like they really need to have an income that's more than this. And that could be because you were with someone that was struggling with their money, you know. We could have pain standards. Anyway, there's some kind of thing that's holding you back there. And it feels like what you think is a standard that should all be high, right? Your standards should be high, absolutely. But the ones that matter, you know. Anyway. How do things look on the face of it? 4 shells. 3 of Voices. Ouch, heartbreaking. Ooh, heart-wrenching, yearning. I want this person. Ooh, your heart's going through it at the moment. They're perfect for me. I want this person. It's that kind of yearning for this person. So much so it's breaking your heart. What's really behind that? The Hanged Muse, change of mind, 9 of Materials. Oh, single and independent. Okay. You've been this single and independent for a long time. You're ready for that chapter to change the world. You're waiting. You want your happily ever after. You want to go from 9 of Materials, single and independent, to 10 of Emotions, happily ever after, right? I get it, okay? So you're yearning for this. It's like, let's do this. But as I just said to Flowers, the progression from single independent, well, it wasn't even from single independent from them, it was from Page. So the attraction to someone, or that initial meeting someone, to the 10 of Emotions is a long process. It's a long process of getting to know somebody, and not even out of relationship, before you start dating them, getting to know someone, and knowing them seeing them in different circumstances, around different people, getting to know them, finding out what their red flags are, what they're like, finding out if you're compatible, all that kind of thing, before you even get into a relationship. It feels to me like this is just a timing thing. Temperance, 3 of Wands there, waiting for the perfect time. Not the perfect timing like this, just like one divine moment when they should come in. This is like, this will take more time. You're yearning for it to start now because your heart is like, I've had enough of being single, yes? You're midway or 3/4 of the way. There's still a little bit more time of getting to know this person and truly deciding is what I'm getting from this. but your heart is like, I want it right now. What really is behind that is more your mind saying, I am so sick of being single. That's what's really behind it, right? So it's more, your heart yearning is more of like, F this being single. Dang, I'm over it. Recent past energy. Two voices. So in the recent past, you've been undecided. You weren't sure. Now, you could have been looking at someone else and going, is it them? Or, yeah, you're just unsure. Or there might have been something that cropped up in your person and you're like, is that a red flag or not? Is this something that I want in my life or not? You could have been like looking at that and going, oh, maybe they're not right for me after all. You know, just being a little bit undecided. And that shows that you're on your way to getting to know someone before you choose them, right? Near future energies. Near future energies are the priestess, which is your intuition. It's a deep knowing. Let me get another card. Why have we got the high priestess here? The priestess. Knight of inspiration. Oh dear. You've got like something exciting coming in, making a move toward you. I say oh dear because your intuition about that, the knight, it's a passionate move toward you that you've got coming in, that your intuition is kind of saying yes to, or you think it is. You got someone coming in fast. Intuitively, you're going to, or you think your intuition is saying to go for it. I think there might be a hiccup. You know how people say with twin flame relationships, there's like a stop-start thing, a push-pull thing, a stop-start thing. I think this is why. That happens, is someone caves into whatever's breaking the heart at the moment, which is something else. It's not breaking the heart to be without that person. It's something else that's breaking your heart. It doesn't break our hearts to be without someone. It doesn't. It really doesn't. It's because there's 7.8 billion people and we're not like completely heartbroken that we're not with everyone else, right? So why are we heartbroken to be without one particular person when there's plenty of people around us to be with? Because we tell ourselves a story about it. This is saying what's really behind the heartbreak is something about you. It's always something about you and what you're making it mean. There's something about you that's breaking your heart is more about you being single and the feeling of that, right? It's that heartbreak thing is perhaps unlovable. Being single means that I'm unlovable. Ouch, that hurts. It's not really being without this person, right? The thing that's breaking your heart is not about the other person, it's about you. Now you've got someone rushing in here. Why are they rushing in before time? Before the right time, why are they rushing in? Because what's breaking their heart, they think it's the lack of you in their life, but really it's something about them too. Your ouchie has you going, oh, they're making a move now, this is it. It's my intuition that says it's it. It's like, no, it's your pain saying it's it. Someone moving fast, yes, let's just numb out and get drunk and be in this. And it's not the right way of doing it. That's what you've got coming in. Someone moving fast. And every part of you is going to be going, yeah. Let's get this out of the way because I'm so sick of being by myself. And you see, that's not clarity, is it? That is not clarity. That's not I'm happy, completely chilled. Not that you have to be perfect, but I'm so happy, not yearning for anything, completely emotionally stable. Someone shows up and I'm like, and I already know them and I'm a yes to them. And they're not trying to rush me or anything, yeah? What is this reading also about? It's about the World card, so a cycle ending. It's about waiting for that, so you can have your ton of emotions, you're happily ever after. What is this reading also about? Seven of Inspiration. This is a card of protection. It's about protecting yourself. Protecting yourself from cycles. So you know how I said this is a lead up to that stop-start, the push-pull thing, because if it's not got that solid foundation of choosing properly and being in that unpained state and getting into it, the pain's still going to be there, and then you'll pull away from each other because the original pain is still there. This relationship isn't going to sort it out, and you'll have to face up to the original pain at some point, right? And so you have to pull away. That's why people say it's dysfunctional relationships, but that's why people say it's twin flame. It's like the push-pull, because they trigger you, they show you. Well, anyone's going to do that. Anyone's going to show you. Any kind of dysfunctional relationship is going to show you that. It's not so much the relationship that's dysfunctional, it's you getting into it in a dysfunctional way, right? So there's a need to protect yourself from that. It's a kind of a pulling yourself back. It's like, I'm not getting into this. I'm not getting into this right now. I'm not ready. It's about you realizing that you're not ready. That's what it is. What are your fears? Fears. Fear the night of emotions. Okay. If you're fearing the night of emotions, someone coming forward with a love offer, that's because you're like agreeing with what I just said here. It's like, yeah, perhaps I'm not ready. Perhaps I do still have some pain. Perhaps that pain isn't about the longing of being with them. Perhaps it is more about me and what it means for me to be alone, and I'm truly happy with myself, by myself. Am I fully validated myself? Or am I still trying to bring someone in with a love offer because I don't truly believe that I'm lovable? Is there still part of me, as much of all the work that I've done in a work, there's still a part of me that wants that, because I feel like I'm missing out because I'm not giving it myself fully yet. So you're fearing the night of emotions coming in, your fear of rushing, you're fearing being susceptible to this one. Someone shows up on your doorstep winking with some flowers going, hey baby, let's go. And you're like, yes, because I don't want to do this inner work anymore. I don't want to feel this anymore, and I don't want to have to change my mind about this, and I don't have to do that inner work on that anymore. I just want the light at the end of the tunnel. Yeah, that's why you've got two nights here, right? So you're fearing the night of emotions because you know you're susceptible to it, and you know it's a bypass for the real pain. Some more healing work to do here. As much as you want it, you're fearing manifesting it. It's because you're not ready. Deep down you know that you're not ready, but it doesn't feel like you're a mile away from it at all. It doesn't feel like you're that far off of being ready at all. I'm feeling like you group of shells, you've been doing the inner work, you've been getting yourself there. You're not as damaged as you were before. You haven't got that much pain anymore. You've got a bit of yearning is what I was getting here. That's a very little bit of pain. Get into meditation and find out what that is. Now I've told you it's not yearning for them at all. It's nothing about them. It's about you. It's about you being single. You need to find out what that is. Change your perspective on it, says the Hanged Muse. It's about you. Nine of Materials is about you being single, independent, loving yourself. There's still a part of you that isn't loving you in that single state. Go into meditation and ask yourself, like, show me what it is. Tell me, subconscious mind, tell me what this is, what is really behind this broken-hearted, yearning feeling, because I know it's not about them, I know it's about me. And find out what it is. I don't think you're that far off it at all. You guys, you're feeling like you've done the work, so you've done shadow work, you've done all of that kind of work, and you know how to do this. Use your method to find out what it is and go deep into that. And sort that out, because once you got all of that out of the way, once you're completely happy with yourself, you're going to be able to sit and wait for the real true divine timing for your happily ever after to come in, and you won't be susceptible to these nights coming in. You won't be susceptible to that. Oh, let's just get into a relationship then. What are your hopes? Total clarity for the new start. You want a conscious start to something. Conscious start to a relationship. Good on you. Almost applauded you then. Good on you. Yes, you can have it. Yes, you can. Queen of Voices, and you want to cut out the other stuff. You do not want to get into another relationship that has got the red flags, that has got any abusive kind of stuff, any kind of the BS that you've been through in previous relationships, the drama, all of that stuff. You don't want any of that stuff anymore. You want to recognize it. You want to have clarity. You want to make a conscious decision to get into a relationship, and you want it to be clear. So no wonder, yes, you are fearing the negative emotions, because we're all susceptible to that. We're all susceptible to that. We've all got a Disney princess inside of us that goes, but if they show up with a ring and some flowers and all of that, I'm going to say yeah. You know, we've all got that. Anyway, what's your outcome? I like your energy, Charles. It's very precise and clear already, and you're not that far off at all. Let's get your outcome cards out. I'll reveal these outcome cards in the deeper dive. If you found that this is your reading, it could be your reading. If you find that this could be your future reading as well, so you're headed this way, you might want to get the deeper dive to find out what the advice is in your path up ahead. You know what I mean? Because I know you guys, a lot of you guys that are getting the deeper dives, you're watching them all. I know you are. I can see that you are. And good on you for doing that, because anything that I put in these readings is applicable to everyone. It might not be what you need to hear right now, but it's all universal truths. Like, there's none that will be completely backwards for anybody, really. But yeah, it might not be what you need to hear. It could be something that you've already learned or whatever, but there is something in preempting. There's something in having knowledge beforehand before you get to a step. So if you're headed in this direction. Okay, so outcome cards, that's one. Oh yeah. That's two. That's one to come out for. 1, 2. What else? I want to get one more after that. Everyone else has had 3 outcome cards, but just with those, seeing those that came out, I want to know what they are. I want to know what the next one is. Okay. Oh, right. Okay, they're your outcome cards. If you do want to know what those are, and if you want me to pull cards out, you want to get the guidance from all of these cards of more about this, then you might want to get that deeper dive if you want it. If you want to come along with me to that, I'll pop a link for it up there. There's also a link in the description box and in the comments below. It's 20 Australian dollars, which is about 15 American dollars right now. It's an instant watch kind of thing. Type your email address in very carefully, because if you get it wrong, you're not going to receive it. Now, the email might end up in your inbox, but it might end up in your spam, your junk, or your promotions folder. Check in those places. In that email, you will see a link to the crystal, to the flower, and to the shell. Click on that shell on a device that can open PDFs. And in that PDF, amongst other things, you will see a picture of a video. And when you click on the picture of a video, if it doesn't take you right away to a video, just try it on a different device and it will. So there you go. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to click like on this video down there, leave a comment, and click on the subscribe button along with that notification bell as well. Good luck with all of this if this is where you're leaving me. And if you're coming with me to the deep dive to find out what these cards are and the rest of them, the outcome, then I'll see you in there.